Good evening, dear ladies. So I'm happy to be here. I think I need a co-host access to share my screen. Can I have?
Yep.
And thank you for your coming. I appreciate because evening time it's self time. But anyway, so you came here to listen to me, my dreams. So let me start. Uh, I would like to start with this keyhole. Can you see? Let me reshare one more time. It's coming. Thank you. Technology every time it's unexpected. But anyway,
That's how it always is.
So I would like to start with this keyhole. And can you think about what it might be? And so there is a kind of key that a keyhole has served as a key to my American dream. And does this a keyhole of the door remind you something? I know that this is the old version of the door and keyhole, yeah. So let me tell about my anecdote how I learned English. So as you know, my country is post-Soviet, one of the post-Soviet countries. And then when we got, after the collapse of Soviet Union in 1990, so my parents, they decided to move from a rural area, from the village into the bigger city to give better education for us. I have four siblings. And I had to switch my school from rural school, village school into the city school, kind of city school. And when I went to a new school, and everything was new, and we started learning English on the third grade. And one day, our teacher, she started teaching a new subject, which was English language. And I started learning the alphabet with an excitement. And every day I would tell to my mom what I learned at school. And we considered this a great opportunity for the future. And after several classes, one day my teacher, she told that stay those who would like to learn English deeper. And I stayed in the classroom. However, my teacher, she came to me and she said, you cannot stay in this classroom because your parents didn't pay for extra classes. I knew that my parents, they were suffering, finding their ways and finding extra jobs to earn much more money. I mean, in a new place. That's why I didn't tell about, and I didn't understand about that it was a extra class. And my teacher, she just stood nearby me and she asked me to leave the classroom. I went out, but I didn't leave. I left the classroom, but I didn't leave. And I started looking and observing her class through the keyhole. And I learned first my words like, have, and then I learned I like apple, I have something. And it continued several days. And one day, my father, he noticed me that I am getting good at in my English. And then she asked, so how are you learning? Tell me about. And I said that I'm every time watching my teacher's classroom. And he cried and he gave me money to pay for my extra class, but I didn't. I refused because I knew the condition of my parents. So this was my history or first step to learn English. I started loving. I fell in love into this language. I think that if I would left on that day when following my teacher's what request, I wouldn't be in the U.S. So keyhole has served as a key to my American dream. And that's why I am here now. I am Kada Stasheeva, so far pursuing my graduate program major in special education at Kent State University. I'm a Fulbright foreign student program scholar, and at the same time, of course, I'm a part of DKG, and being a Margaret A. Boyd scholar. And today I'm going to speak about from global to local, applying the US education experience into Kyrgyzstan. And I will tell and lead, I think, share about a little bit about my family, about my country, step by step. So, and most of you know about me, but anyway, I would like just to lead and then share about my dream. So I'm thankful to be part of the international, so DKG, and I found myself and I found confidence and support being part of this community. And thank you, all of you. And can I ask you to just put your hands onto your shoulder and praise yourself? Good job, because you are doing a lot, ladies. So follow me and just praise yourself. Good job. Yes, you are giving motivation, such kind of women educators as I am. So this is my family. Miss Lowe, she was telling previously, and her children are here as well. So I came with my family, and I didn't know, was following my that crazy dream that I just brought my 5 children without knowing where am I going, where I will live. Yes. And then with this uncertainty, we came and we are happy. And of course, we found ourselves. So as you know, so we have 5 children, and they are. And with these children, I learned the education system of the United States because my daughter Erica, she used to go to preschool, and we learned about what is preschool in the United States. And Temir, so Miss Lois, Erica and Temir, Miss Lois, children, I can say. So Temir goes to Holden Elementary School, and then Nur Islam, he goes to middle school. And by Boston, he goes to high school in Kent. And we have Emir, the eldest one. He's an undergraduate student. I am a graduate student. So we have all the steps of the education system. And every time we share something beneficial in the evenings and I ask my children, so what do you like? Tell me about the most important or interesting thing that you have learned today. And through their histories, stories, I'm just jotting down and gaining something new. Why I am telling about the education system, because it is something absolutely different comparing with my country. And we have 11 year of education, grade 11 year of studies. However, all the 11 graders, so they from the first grade till the 11th grade, so they just combined in one school, not not in the United States. And even and we just divide into 2, primary and secondary. And in one school, there might be around 45, 50 children in one classroom studying. So Temir, he used to have around 25, and then my children, they had around 50, 45 classmates in one classroom, the same. So I like the way that dividing schools separately, which will bring equality at the same time, avoiding bullying also. Because when all the schools grades are together, so the elder graders, they start bullying, and it is one of the crucial problem back in my country. So this is about, so showing my children, I can say easily about the steps of American education system. So I will be sharing with my colleagues. I am sharing as well back in my country. So this is about, I'm from majestic Kyrgyzstan, majestic country Kyrgyzstan. I can say it's one of the Central Asian countries, small country as you see here. And we have 7 oblasts, we call oblasts, but 7 districts. And we are from Osh, southern part, you see Osh. And it is close to Uzbekistan and China as well. And we were around more than 85 years under Russia. So, and Russian language became kind of official language in our country. If you don't know Russian, so you are not fancy. It considers back in our country. But anyway, so we are thankful that we know several languages. So learning Russian also helped us to be open to learn other languages as well. and English also we teach as a foreign language. And why Majestic? Because maybe you might heard about Tian Shan Mountains, so that these mountains, they pass through our country. And that's why, so majestic in the mountains and majestic in the lakes. So it is a really great place to visit and to see and explore the nature. And over 1,900 alpine lakes we have, and one of the pride, we can say that we are proud of having Sukul Lake. So as a pearl of our Kyrgyzstan, Sukul, it means that warm lake, and it stays warm all 4 seasons. We experience all 4 seasons, winter, spring, summer, and fall, and all these seasons. So this lake stays warm, and it has really great it has a really great impact of having a rest and enjoying your time and for vacation as well. So you are always welcome to my country, and this is traditional one of our house, my country. So our ancestors, they used to be nomads, and these are portable houses of Kyrgyzstan. So during the summertime, even nowadays, our village people say they go to the high mountains, and so they have such kind of jailo. So we can say that pastures where Kyrgyz shepherds, they provide their summertime on these pastures. And this is inside the decoration, and everything is handmade. And even if you look, so that I wear, it's kind of handmade, our traditional clothes. And of course, without food, every culture, we have our own food, and we love baking, cooking. And so here you can see diverse type of the food. And our country also rich with fruit and vegetables, fresh fruit and vegetables. So here I just would like to say that, dear ladies, dear sisters, you're always welcome to my country. And so we will host you. Accommodation will be provided. Just decide to come. So this is. And what I did back in my country, I used to be English Access Micro Scholarship Program teacher. So this program, maybe you might heard or know. So we teach children from disadvantaged family, madrasa school. It means that religious school back in our country. And after finishing religious schools, there is one more issue that young girls, they have a chance, I mean that it is an unfortunate chance, so to get married early, so early marriage. Therefore, so we also focus teaching through the access program these girls, and to guide them for their higher education. And also, of course, I taught children with mild moderate disabilities. And all this were taught at our Active Film, so nonprofit organization that we found together with my husband in 2015. And since 2017, we started working with this project. And I started my journey in this project teaching English. And mainly this project is devoted to teaching English for minority children for 2 years. And through teaching English, that we help these children to enhance their leadership skills, and of course to develop their personal skills as well. And by the end of this program, so they were around 15 or 17 years, and then they have, even still we are working, they have clear objectives for their life, where to go, what to do, and how. And of course, they have a big tool. Somehow they know that a level of English language. And so this project helped me to face with children with disabilities back in my country. And I started teaching, and this is our organization. Here you see that some of our creative classes. And for example, this is a guy, this boy Ali, his name is who is in a red sweater, so sports sweater. So his name is Ali, and he has been sitting at home for 15 years, and he didn't join mainstream school because of his disability, and he has a cerebral palsy. However, joining our community, he started walking and he started speaking English, and also he could find his friends out of his house because he stayed alone back in our country. And then observing them, these children, I understood that I need to go deeper, learn more about how to teach. I didn't know about special education, how to teach children with disabilities, because I had success at the same time I had that challenges also were following me. And briefly telling about inclusive education in Kyrgyzstan, it is in a devastating, I can say, the position, because even according to human rights and the other organizations, they make a lot of search about inclusive education, but it's not appropriately brought to our country. And most of the children with disabilities, majority of them, they are segregated from mainstream schools, and so they usually sent to the separated in the special institutions or at home. And we can say they were neglected. And even when I met for the first time my students in 2014, I was shocked because I didn't know before about them anything, because I didn't have peer friend or a classmate that I would have who had disabilities. So that's why. And recently, I think in 2019, our president of our country, he declared about inclusive education, and that development should be within this 2-3 years, starting 2019 and 2023. However, nothing was done, but they have started, but they couldn't do. So that's why I think I have realizing my own dream will help at least partially for these students, because they have their own dream, they have their own life, and they would like to do and to bring something benefit to the society. And this is my student Amantur, and he has also a cerebral palsy, and he goes to school, but he's on 14, but he studies with elementary students back in our country with his mother, and there is no any special education or aid to help him. And when he came to our center, to our organization, so he was really close. Now, later on, we defined his dream, and he wants to become an IT specialist. And every time he checks in me, and nowadays even, and he's asking about my education, how am I doing? And they are waiting for me. And I think going back, we will realize their dream together. By the way, the previous guy, Ali, that I told, so now he's going to the college, and he is studying for IT specialist. So it is helpful, and I did everything unconsciously. I didn't know how to work with these children, but I did it somehow with my kind of big love to my students. I have a needle, and there is a proverb back in our country: if you would like to get education or knowledge, so you have to dig a well with a needle. And I came with my needle with my 5 children, and of course I'm gaining a lot in special education. Here you can see my advisor, Dr. Stevenson, who is helping me a lot, and how currently we are working on thesis paper evaluating Kyrgyzstan schools' readiness for research, for providing research in education. Hopefully, by the end of my graduation, my education, so I will share with the results, and you will have a chance also to know about, are our schools ready or no to conduct some research.
Oh,
Of course, I learned a lot, and it was tough and hard times. However, thanks to my community, to everyone, so we could survive, and we are enjoying our life in Kent, in my studies as well. And I think it is once when I came first time, Merlin, she told me, Muqaddas, you are brave. I now understand what is it, because combining graduate program together with children, and of course it is somehow tough and challenging as well. But anyway, so we are doing really well, and I would like to thank to my husband as well and everyone who is supporting us. Uh, Studying here, I found with my needle a treasure, and treasure in the world, I can say. And these are treasures that what we have. So first we found Kent really friendly Kent public schools, and teachers, children, and parents as well. And as you know, that my children, they didn't know English. And thanks to the teachers like Miss Lowy and other teachers in community schools, so they could easily enhance, and it was in a healthy way without any stress. So they could enhance the language, their language, and they could have find their friends, community, and they are enjoying time. That's why I would just compare it with the treasure as a gold and more than diamond, maybe I can say. And another one is also Kent State University for me with my needle, as I said previously, that knowledge and education that I have gained as a special educator, teaching mild moderate children. So providing appropriate what adaptations, IEP, and other possibilities for creating study possibilities for children with disabilities, and of course creating inclusive education through the classrooms, through the differentiated instructions. So these are really great gains, I can say, that they knowledge that I gained from Kent State, and of course the research. Before, back in my country, so we used to teach what I learned from somewhere or some here, I just grasped and brought to my classroom. However, now I know, so I have to focus on evidence-based resources, which are appropriate and which will work and not harm my students. So it was a great experience for me, I can say. And of course, the biggest community, so the KG community, I love you, all of you, and your support helped me to stay brave, I can say, to be supportive, not alone. And you motivated me, in my education. So participating in each chapters, and also the whole DKG community meeting. So every time I admired you, dear teachers. And I could just, it was a big chance for me, to be among you, honor even. And so I, even at least I could enhance my English being among you and gaining something. And, and I would like to thank Marlene for your support, greatest support, that she made first call and she introduced about the KG. And I didn't know that my funding comes from a Margaret Boyd Scholar as a fellowship scholarship. So, but now I know, and I think long term of digging this well, there is a treasure. And for this, you need to just patience and a sustainability to go further. And what am I going to do back in my country? So I will develop our nonprofit organization into a creative ESL inclusive center uh, that I think most of the international students, we suffer with the language, so English language. And I can say that I cannot say that my English is perfect, but anyway, so what I know, I have to share, And it's really involving so those children with disabilities. At least that positive reinforcement, believing in their abilities will help them to break that barrier and fear to find their way in adulthood life. And these are some pictures that I used to have in my classrooms back in my country. And observing, so I am creative, I can say I was creative. And this is that just, it was this picture with the animals, it was one of the lessons that were students, they read a fairy tale about the animals in the forest. Later on, I just asked them to create their own fairy tales. And here are some tourists and these students, that animals they are speaking, but they speak English, that interaction in English language. And they created this short, brief stories and so kind of fairy tales by themselves, and they were acting. Now, I would like to develop this center with my gained knowledge from here, from Kent, and apply back, and even would like to invite and hire some of my disabled students to work together with me. And so together we can do better than we did previously. And here we just having a pizza party every year in November, and see that fake pizza. And these children, they didn't have any chance even to buy pizza, because most of them, they are from marginalized classrooms. And after that, my husband he sponsored to buy real pizza at the end, and we have a kind of pizza party. But before, so they would just prepare pizza, and it was everything in English. And unconsciously, they just could enhance their English. So now this is my kind, I can say, future creative ESL inclusive center. And if any one of you would like to visit my country just to speak before my students in English, yes, because they admire, they love having international or foreign guests. And so it will also motivate them to go further, because we see America as a star in the sky, you know, and because my country is small country, and this is the biggest great country, and we every time each of English language teachers, each of English language learners, so their dream is coming to the US. Now we know about the pros and cons in the US, and I'm planning to share health information for parents and their children. And if they would like to come and to study in the US, at least they have to start improving their English language from the 5th grade in order to be ready by the 11th grade to apply to the United States. And this is briefly, I can say, about my future dream. And of course, we also found a friendly community of Central Asian students here. So we have our community is getting bigger at Kent State University. And we usually gather together and share our experience. And now I am happy that back in our country, we would just talk in Russian language. Now we talk with each other in English here in the US and provide sometimes. So this is another great chance for us to have and to more friends in the United States, and keeping our culture as well. Sometimes we cook our food and we have potluck and share. And at the end, Chong Rahmat, it is in our language, it is thank you very much. And International Women's Day are coming, and Happy Women's Day as well. And I'm grateful for each of you for DKG, so that you support me, you believe in me, and hopefully you will hear in the future about our ESL, Creative ESL Inclusive Center work, and maybe you will visit in the future. And the biggest dream of our family, I can say, not only me, but my family, even Erica and Temir, they are ready to help me in this in developing ESL Center. Erica says that Miss Lowe taught us and Miss Yeager taught us to pronounce each letters correct with the sound. So I can be a alphabet teacher, you know that. So ABCD teacher, and so and she's preparing her even Temir. So he says that he wants to become an event manager in providing such kind of pizza party events. And maybe you will hear about us. Now I'm trying to find some funding and asking my own siblings as well to invest to our center, because we have small room, as you see. We have only one room, teaching room, but this one room made big people, and that's why we will not stop. And now I think I'm planning to have to focus on enhancing students' reading abilities, because through reading, so they can even improve their English language also. At the same time, we will create a habit of reading, that they won't be afraid of when they see big articles when they come to the United States and study and having their education here. So that's all. If you have any questions, you are welcome, ladies. Thank you for coming. Hopefully I could give what I want to. And why this is brain, because most of our children brain is kind of gray, and it's a fixed mindset we have. Maybe through the creative ESL centers, so we will shift into the growth mindset and give opportunity for them. That life is not so bad as they consider and telling back in our country. Not only with the problems, but it is really, life is good, and they can do if they have a if they find themselves in their inner power. So thank you very much. Any questions, you are welcome.
Mukadas, the access program that you taught English with, is that funded by what nonprofit did you say? Is it USAID that funds that?
No, it is funded by the U.S. Embassy back in our country, but the funding, actual funding, comes by the state, U.S. State Department.
Oh, the State Department. Okay.
State Department. And I started, I know how to apply for this program. And last summer, I had a chance to pursue my summer internship in the headquarters of this, one of the providing organization of this program.
Oh,
And
wow.
I had a chance to see the other side of this life, you know. I mean, the access program. Recently, we heard the good news that now currently we have so before we were teaching, and we are still teaching more than 1,000 children through the access program. However, because of this Trump's new I mean that funding restrictions, so it was frozen. But just yesterday we heard that two of my projects that I applied and proposed back to our country, so they were approved, and that access program will be continued back in our country.
Wonderful.
That's
great.
excellent. Oh, good.
That's good.
So when you left, there was another teacher that took over then?
Yes. In our organization that actively, there are around 20 teachers who work, and mostly we work in the south part of our country. So here I can show the picture. So this is Batken, Osh, and Jalaba, this part. So our organization, we work as a provider organization for access program. And we try to find remote area schools and villages, so to implement access program and to find their needs in social needs, I mean the social problems and the needs of English language. And I think for this day, we have taught more than 1,000 children, and most of them, they became Access Program alumni. And they also helped to young Access Program students. But one thing about the project, so it is only for 2 years. And after 2 years, that funding stops. And these children, they know where to go, some of them, they don't know where to go. So that's why, so I would like to just develop my own ESL, Creative ESL Inclusive Center. So with maybe it will be kind of commercial appropriate funding is so kind of payment for parents as well, but I will try to find some investment to develop, and we will apply the same, maybe more than a better, it's a better program from the Access program. So for this ESL inclusive center to keep sustainability. So the door will be every time open. So every time they can come, share or gain and improve their English, not only just for 1-2 level, for example, elementary and A2 level, A1 level, but maybe they will just continue for the next level of English language and at the same time developing their personal skills.
And is Access in addition to their public school, or is it instead of?
Instead of, so we select from the different public school students through the interviews, through the application process, and then these are access students, and so we also see their needs, family needs for English language. And if they cannot afford, so Access will provide free education, and it is really great. And I'm also thankful for the US government as well, because this money, I think the project money comes from your taxes. Now I understood all American people taxes. And so we try to what to use for benefits. So for the future benefits of our students. And even though, so we try to give more opportunities to come to the US, learn more, and then of course apply back into Kyrgyzstan.
Oh, wow, that's awesome. So your creative ESL would also be their all-day school experience then. They'd be there all day like they would in public school.
Yeah, I think it will be as after school or before school center.
Oh, okay.
After their school, and so public school, so they will just come to our center and additionally learn English, and at the same time develop their skills through diverse events and projects. Yeah.
When do you have to go home?
So we are flying back on May 17th. And yeah, now that's why now I'm just
Don't
prepared.
say that.
Slowly, yeah. But you are always welcome to our country, and so we will plan
I
to.
may take you up on that, but this is a wonderful family, I have to say.
Thank
So
you.
go ahead, continue.
Mm-hmm. And we are also planning to come back and to keep our collaboration with Kent State University, Kent schools, and of course with DKG. Recently, we've talked with Marilyn about bringing maybe DKG to Kyrgyzstan, yes, and we will see about because we need to learn a lot in being friendly, respecting humanity, and of course, and valuing education. And I think America is the right place to gain. And being as an international student, even my children, so we try to find and to respect everything because we don't have this, that is. So hopefully we will come back and see again and update our achievements and success that we will do in the future, we are planning to do. Any other questions?
I think it would be tough on your kids to have to go back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Before coming, when we came, I think in 2023, I didn't think about that my children, they will have new community. They have to find new friends. So we just came with that passion that America, life in the US, And later when we came here, then I understood, oh, each of my children, they had their own friends back in our country. And now they have to go through all this. Now I think it will come again for my children to
Yeah.
shift their mind and find again new friends and continue. Yeah. Samir is, so his class and my son, so this is elementary one. He found really difficult in learning English. Maybe Miss Lowy also will support me because he was totally Russian guy, not even Kyrgyz guy, but Russian guy, his brain. And then thanks to Miss Lowy, she could change his shift into English language. Now he's every time thinking about his friends. So all these boys, they joined soccer teams. And the sport also helped a lot to our children to find more friends and to be engaged with others and to feel as a part of the community because being an international, we feel there is a fear. So how will they act? How will they react? And now we are part of this community, I can say. And hopefully they will go back and the same will implement. But I don't know exactly, but we will follow and support. And one thing what is good in our family, so we have equality in the family. So there is no kind of the domination that I am a parent. So we are parents and we have to which is usual back in our countries that children, they have to follow what we say, but we listen to each of them and what they want. So we try to support, and there is no fear each of this child to speak openly about their wishes, about their what they want. And we try to support and guide to give a correct guidance where to go and how to go. In this way, I think so they will also share with their own gain skills from American schools back in our country. Yeah.
Michaela, does your husband go to school as well, or is he working, or?
He went to ESL class. He took ESL class at Kent State University when he came because he didn't also know English. It was kind of zero English. And now he could improve into pre-intermediate and elementary level. Now he can speak. And I think he works for the World Bank virtually. It saved us,
Okay.
because he also he did everything that he didn't do back in our country. Now sometimes he goes for door dashing and Ubering, so earning some money. And recently that program, Fulbright program, because of that funding cut, so they stopped our stipend as well. And we had to think about how to pay the rent because our calculation was that my stipend would come and he will just add $500. But then he had to work for 2 days to earn our renting money. And I'm thankful for him. Thank you, Hannah, for asking about my husband. Yeah, he's such a great person that who supports. That the relation between men and women, especially back in our country, is something different, especially in Islamic religion, because we have to listen. We don't have kind of equality. We have to follow what our husband says, and his parents say. you know, and they have their own rules that being as a daughter-in-law in his family, I have to obey and serve everyone. I did this for 19 years. And then thanks for him being as an educated man, so he supported my wishes, my interest as well in education. Because I got married when I was 19 years old, and I studied with these two ones and graduated university at my university in my country. And every time my husband, he stood nearby me. And they were the days that I just wanted to dismiss university, because combining the position as being what the daughter-in-law and serving everyone, and plus what studying, it was really hard. And he said one day, so you will study or you will not study. Stay as usual women, Kyrgyz women, stay at home, just take care about the households. It was two decisions, and then I just decided to choose to study further. And those days have passed. That's why I think so. He owns me that, and he supports me to come here and study, giving me a chance to study and gain American education. Yeah, I can say. We have kind of heartfelt anecdotes, but the ending comes really nice with the, I think we could achieve with trust to each other, patience, and respect. Yeah.
Mhm.
You've also provided a great education for your kids in just coming over here and seeing the differences between your country and here. How's your oldest son doing in college?
He's doing really great. And at the beginning, it was kind of tough for him also to step into the American education. However, he had kind of experience being a flex exchange program student back in Texas. And he could apply this experience into the being a freshman at Kent State University. And recently he just made a surprise for us that he could pass his algebra for 100%, and now he's not going anymore to this class. And I think this is also an achievement of his. And now he's major in business administration. And every time he's learning a lot, and we try to support and of course financially and morally as well. And every day we talk about his education. He shares his gained knowledge with his father, who is kind of involved in the business and economics. And they have a big talk compared with our country and American experience. Yeah, he's enjoying his life in Kent. And he, of course, for some international students, single ones, this Kent might be kind of a boring city. As he says, however, Emir said that he values the education and people community, because most of international students, they imagine about America high skyscrapers and big cities, and they come to a small city, and so sometimes they may get bored, or so that education might be challenging. But now we are happy that he understood the value of the education, where to take and how to gain it.
Will he stay here when you go back home?
Yes, he will stay here. And now we are looking for an apartment for him and roommates as well. By the way, we are also trying to make a partnership with our organization, with Kent State University. We will recruit some students from Kyrgyzstan and prepare at our ESL center and to apply and to study at Kent State University. So hopefully he will just host new ones from our country in Kent. And he's preparing himself for this.
It's a great idea.
Yeah,
That's a good idea.
building kind of bridge between two countries.
Mhm.
So small cities maybe, yeah. But anyway, yeah, we will do our best.
Are there any other questions?
Just a statement from me, Mukadas. I am impressed with the courage that you had to bring your family to the US and your dedication to your studying and doing that all with your children as well. And to me, that's very admirable. So I congratulate you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Yeah, it was a big courage because usually international students they come with one or two children, maximum two. But yeah, it was something. Yeah.
No, and I have to echo that. Like, even just as a woman and a mother in the United States, and I'm a professional and an educator and a teacher, but I have my own family too. And just to hear what you are doing,
Mm.
it's, it's very encouraging and admirable. And yeah, you you got a great family. I can't say enough about them, but it's yeah, you're doing good work.
Mhm.
And recently, I had a great chance to visit Hudson schools to observe classrooms, especially special education, and then it was that they were kind of. It was my first time being as an observer, and Michaela, vice president of Gamma Lambda chapter, I think. So she helped me with Sandra, and so they arranged me a visit to Hudson schools. And that impression that I gained after the observation, it was something that my soul, I can say, it was jumping, bumping, And I was thinking about children back in our country, not about my children applying this knowledge and gained experience. And this, my son, he was laughing at me, Mom. So, whom are you talking and thinking? I thought that I am thinking about children back in our country. She said, what about us? And then you are with me, guys. You will help. It was a great chance for me to see and observe the classes in Hudson School and to see how do they apply and how special educators work and their role in the classroom. And I also liked, and also it was my first time to observe seeing the working with severe disability students with severe disabilities. So providing IEP and what do they do with each individual student. And there were a lot that I have gained. I think that it was a half day, but anyway, it was kind of eye-opener for me. So combining theory plus real observation as a classroom observation. Yeah.
Is there anything we can do for you before you leave?
Maybe again to arrange some observations maybe in the classrooms. And also I was thinking about do you remember I told about creating kind of reading corner for my students, and even single paper is valued back in our country in English. So what is written in English, single paper valued. Maybe if there will be some chance to collect some books and send to my country, maybe reading books to develop my English language, maybe that would be really great. So here we have American corner that the US Embassy provide, but it is not our own space. And we have to schedule for this place and come. And it is not kind of every time what achievable place. Therefore, maybe it would be better each of you if you provide just two books and collect everything and then send to my country. Once I did many years ago, and we got around through Peace Corps volunteers, we got around 15 books in English, and we were happy with it. Was these my students when we received those books? And each of them, they would just read every day and share with each other and describe the pictures, and even touching American books. It is something that comparing with my country, and we don't have English books enough. We have only textbooks for teaching English, and we have to order. Therefore, I think one thing that you can help, maybe we can develop this kind of project. I don't know. This is just my popped up idea, but I was thinking, but now you suggest, and I'm sharing with my ideas. If it works, so it's fine. If no, that's fine as well.
So
Does
would you
Maryland have an
want,
address that we would send the books to when you're home?
Yes, I can provide my address, and maybe my son will collect, or so, or someone will collect, or if each of you will just send. That would be really great.
Well,
Yeah.
and I can even provide bilingual books. Is that something you're interested in? So it's English to Kyrgyzstan, like
Yeah,
Kyrgyz, your
yes.
home language, or
Yeah.
would you just want English?
What is interesting in my teaching English, so I do not provide any translation in my teaching English. So
Okay.
yeah, so we try not to add translation of this language. And when I teach at the beginning, I try to use my body language and show with the summary alias.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, because they learn English at schools and they got used to for translation. And I think it will also create a barrier or some kind of uh, what maybe kind of barrier that or belief that students they will wait translation. So they will listen into English and they will wait for translation of teachers, and they believe in that. So if I don't understand that, my teacher will definitely what translate. So therefore, usually I do not provide what Kyrgyz
Okay.
language.
So only English books.
Yeah, that would be
so
only English books.
would
I
you
got it.
want, would you want picture books and chapter books?
Mostly maybe K-12 books.
K-12,
Yeah, K-12. Maybe some reading books, picture books for appropriate for,
graphic novels?
yeah, graphic novels, and maybe some that appropriate for elementary level of
Well,
learner.
so can we say, since we have a group of women on the Zoom right now, and you are not in your home country yet, can we say that they send them maybe to Holden and then you can take them home with you, or would that be too much of a burden as another thing to take home?
I think I cannot take together with me. Maybe we can shift before we leave.
Yeah,
Okay.
shipping would be probably
Yeah,
the
shipping
Okay.
best way to do it.
can ship.
Okay.
Yeah, collect before that and then ship. Shipping might be a good appropriate way because books are heavy, and
Yes.
yeah,
And
Yeah.
you're limited,
yes, and we have limited baggage.
right?
Yeah, but we can collect if you would like. We can collect some books at Holden School and then yeah, ship before. Yeah,
Well, if you can give us your address,
yeah.
um, I would guess that I know Kathy's the editor of The Voice. If you could
Mhm.
give her your address,
Mhm.
perhaps we
Yeah.
could go from there.
Hmm. Yeah, that would be really great. Thank you. And I will take a picture and send, or maybe some videos update of my students reading over there, learning English. Because, the idea is all of them, they know they are good in Russian language. So, which is also kind of different language comparing and our children, they have the ability learning languages, and why not to focus on English?
Right.
And the reading will help a lot,
Mm,
I'm sure.
right, right.
Yeah.
Well, this has been very special. And I know that everybody is thinking, aha, books for Kadis. That would be nice. Um, Well, I want to thank you. And I'm only sorry that you're leaving now and that if we had realized you needed to go to visit other schools, it's kind of, I'm not in a school anymore. So, but I know that there would be schools around the area. You're a little bit north of where I am, but I know there are some of you from up in there, so maybe you could think of, getting her into a school before she has to leave. But thank you. Thank you so much for spending your time. And I'm going to suggest that Marilyn maybe has Zoom sessions with the other recipients earlier in your education, while you're here, so that we can get to know you. We get to meet you at the meetings, but that's only just for a few seconds. So thank you so much for doing this for us. And congratulations on your education and for your family. It must be very special to have them with you.
It's a great honor for me as well to share about my experience, and thank you for your coming. Yeah, your time. So time is valued here. Yeah, thank you. I love each of you. I love TKG.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Yeah.
Thanks everyone for coming. And I hope to see you on Thursday.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye.
Thank you much.
Enjoy your
You.
evening.
Bye.
Thank you very much.
Hannah.